The first half of the state tuition discussion explained the basic system. Most programs are not writing students a blank check for college. They are usually filling the tuition gap left after federal grants, state aid, and other eligible funding have already been applied. Now we need to move past the states everyone mentions first, because some of the strongest opportunities are attached to specific populations: adult learners, recent high school graduates, people entering high-demand careers, and students willing to begin at community college before transferring. That difference matters. Two people can live in the same state and receive completely different answers about free tuition because one is 18, the other is 35, one already holds a degree, and the other is entering college for the first time. State tuition programs are not all built for the same student. Some are trying to move high school graduates directly into college before they lose momentum. Some are trying to bring adults back after years away. Others are designed to fill workforce shortages in nursing, information technology, manufacturing, transportation, and other high-demand fields. Before you get excited about any program, figure out which problem the state created it to solve. That usually tells you who qualifies. Delaware's SEED program is one example of a state using tuition assistance to build a clear pathway through lower-cost public education. The program can help eligible Delaware residents attend Delaware Technical Community College or the University of Delaware's Associate in Arts program with remaining tuition covered after other eligible aid is applied. The real value is not simply that the tuition may be covered. The value is the transfer pathway. A student may begin in an associate-level program, complete lower division coursework, and then move toward a bachelor's degree under a more deliberate plan. That only works when the courses are chosen correctly. A student who wants to continue to the University of Delaware should not randomly choose courses because the current tuition is covered. They should identify the intended bachelor's program and learn how the associate coursework applies to it. Free tuition does not make the wrong classes useful. The student still needs the degree map. SEED may have different eligibility routes for traditional students and adult learners. Requirements can include Delaware residency, FAFSA completion, full-time attendance, and academic standards. Traditional applicants may also face high school GPA requirements, while adults may qualify through a different set of rules. This is why you should never reject yourself after reading one line. A 26-year-old returning student may not fit the high school pathway but could fit the adult pathway. Read the whole program. Then calculate the costs the program does not cover. Tuition may be handled while books, transportation, technology, and other fees remain. If you know that from the beginning, you can search for scholarships and grants specifically for those expenses instead of discovering the gap after registration. Hawaii U.S. Promise Scholarship shows a broader version of gap funding because the program described in the playbook may help eligible community college students with more than tuition alone. Depending on current funding and eligibility, assistance may extend to fees, textbooks, supplies, and transportation. That is a big deal because those smaller costs can be the actual reason a student stops attending. A tuition waiver sounds powerful until the student cannot afford the required access code, laboratory supplies, or bus fare. A program that recognizes those expenses can solve more of the real problem. The student may need to be a Hawaii resident, attend an eligible University of Hawaii Community College for at least the required number of credits, complete the FAFSA, and maintain satisfactory academic progress. Funding can depend on annual appropriations, so students should verify the current award rules every year rather than assuming last year's program is identical. The strongest strategy may be to build a credential ladder. Begin with a certificate that leads to employment. Continue into an associate degree. Then transfer into a bachelor's program. The same coursework may move the student through several milestones when the pathway is designed correctly. That is much smarter than treating community college as a waiting room before real college. A certificate can qualify you for work. An associate degree can strengthen your resume. A bachelor's degree can become the longer-term destination. The state program helps with the entry point, but you still need to see the entire ladder. Indiana's Workforce Ready grant is more targeted. Its purpose is not to fund every degree in every subject. It focuses on approved short-term certificates and selected associate-level programs connected to high-demand employment. This changes the way students should evaluate it. If you are trying to move into healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, transportation, construction, or another approved workforce field, The program may offer a much faster route into a better-paying job than beginning with a broad 4-year plan. That first credential does not have to be the final credential. Suppose you complete an approved healthcare certificate through Ivy Tech, begin working, and later continue toward an associate degree. Your first credential creates income. The associate degree creates another level of opportunity. Then you may continue toward a bachelor's degree using transfer agreements, employer tuition assistance, or another funding source. The playbook describes Indiana's Workforce Ready grant as covering tuition and certain mandatory fees for eligible programs at institutions such as Ivy Tech and Vincennes University, subject to residency, FAFSA, prior degree, program, and academic progress requirements. The prior degree rule is important. Many workforce programs are created for people who do not already hold a college credential at a certain level. A person with a bachelor's degree trying to retrain may discover they are not eligible for the same grant available to someone without an associate degree. Do not assume adult learner means every adult. Check whether having a previous degree changes eligibility. Kentucky's Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship follows a similar workforce strategy. The playbook describes last-dollar support for approved programs through the Kentucky Community and Technical College system and some eligible associate-level pathways at other institutions. The program is tied to in-demand sectors. That can include fields such as healthcare, information technology, manufacturing, transportation, construction, and business services under the program's current list. Again, the state is not paying tuition randomly. It is trying to build a workforce. If your intended career appears on the approved list, this can be a strong match. But do not choose a field simply because the tuition is covered. A free nursing pathway is not a bargain for someone who hates patient care. A manufacturing credential is not useful to someone with no interest in that environment. The funding should support the career choice. It should not make the career choice for you. The Kentucky program can also become the first stage of a larger plan. A student might complete a workforce credential, enter employment, then use the completed credits toward an associate or bachelor's degree where articulation allows it. This is the concept of stackable credentials again. The first award should leave doors open. Ask whether the certificate credits apply to the next credential. Ask whether the associate degree transfers. Ask whether your employer offers education assistance once you are working. The smartest state tuition plan does not only get you into school. It creates the next step. Michigan Reconnect shifts the focus toward adults. Many adults believe they missed their opportunity because they did not begin college at 18 or because they started and stopped years ago. Reconnect programs exist because states know millions of residents have some college experience but no completed credential. Michigan Reconnect has been designed for eligible adult residents without a prior college degree, helping cover in-district community college tuition after other eligible aid. Students attending outside their home district may still face the difference between in-district and out-of-district tuition. That last detail can change the cost. Two nearby community colleges may offer similar programs, but the in-district institution may cost the student much less. Before enrolling, compare the district. Do not assume all public community colleges will produce the same bill. The program may require Michigan residency for a defined period, a high school diploma or equivalent, FAFSA completion, enrollment of at least the required number of credits, and continued satisfactory academic progress. The adult-friendly enrollment threshold matters because many returning students cannot attend full-time. They have jobs, children, caregiving responsibilities, health concerns. A program that allows half-time attendance may be more useful than a more generous program requiring 12 or 15 credits every term. The fastest plan is not always the one with the highest course load. For an adult, 6 credits successfully completed can be more valuable than 12 credits attempted and 6 withdrawn. Protect the funding. Protect the GPA. Build a schedule that works with the life you actually have. Michigan Reconnect also works best when the student knows where the community college credential is leading. If the goal is an associate degree connected directly to employment, choose the program intentionally. If the goal is a bachelor's degree, identify the 4-year destination before beginning. You want courses that travel. Not simply courses that are free where you started. Minnesota's North Star Promise represents a broader tuition strategy because it can apply at eligible public colleges, universities, and tribal colleges, subject to income and other program rules. The playbook describes the program as covering remaining tuition and mandatory fees after other aid for eligible Minnesota residents below the program's adjusted gross income threshold. Students may qualify while attending at least half-time, and the program can serve new and returning students. That broader institutional reach changes the decision. A student may not be limited to beginning at community college. They may be able to compare eligible associate and bachelor's programs across the public system. But this does not eliminate the need to compare costs. The university may have higher housing expenses. The tribal college may offer a stronger local fit. A nearby public college may allow commuting. The tuition benefit may be similar while the remaining cost of attendance is completely different. Calculate housing, transportation, meals, fees that are not covered, books, lost work time. The net cost determines whether the opportunity is truly affordable. Income-based programs also require annual attention. A student can qualify one year and face a different situation the next because income, household information, enrollment, program rules, or state funding changes. File the FAFSA or required state application every year. Do not assume the financial aid office will automatically renew everything without updated information. Nevada Promise is designed largely for recent high school graduates entering community college. This is a different student from the adult learner served by Michigan Reconnect. Nevada's model may include more than tuition eligibility. It can require the student to complete orientation, participate in mentoring, submit the FAFSA, attend full-time, and perform community service. The playbook describes annual service requirements and strict application milestones as part of the program. This is where students lose benefits over avoidable mistakes. They qualify academically. They graduate from high school. They enroll. Then they miss a mentoring deadline or fail to document the required service hours. The money disappears. Do the non-academic requirements early. If 20 service hours are required, do not wait until finals week. If mentoring is required, schedule the appointment. If orientation is mandatory, complete it. If a form is due during senior year, submit it during senior year. A tuition program can be generous and unforgiving at the same time. This type of structure may also help a younger student build career readiness because mentoring and service are not simply administrative obstacles. Done correctly, they can expose the student to professionals, community organizations, and possible career paths. But the student needs to treat those activities as part of the program, not as optional extras. New Mexico's Opportunity Scholarship is one of the broader programs discussed in the playbook because it can extend across eligible public community colleges and universities rather than stopping at the associate level. The program described in the manuscript may cover tuition and a defined amount of eligible fees for residents pursuing certificates, associate degrees, and bachelor's degrees, subject to credit limits and current state rules. That opens several pathways. A recent graduate can begin at a public university. An adult can return. A community college student can complete an associate degree and continue. A student can pursue a short-term credential and later move higher. But the broad benefit creates a different danger. Students may assume that because tuition is covered, they can take any course indefinitely. Programs may have attempted credit limits. The word attempted matters. A completed course counts. A failed course may count. A withdrawal may count. Changing majors repeatedly can burn through funded credit without moving closer to graduation. Use the degree audit. Choose the program carefully. Do not register for courses just to remain busy. The state may pay the tuition, but you are still spending time. Time is not refunded when a course does not apply. New York's Excelsior Scholarship demonstrates how complicated a tuition-free headline can become. The basic promise is attractive. Eligible residents attending SUNY or CUNY may receive tuition support after other aid. Then the conditions begin. Income limits. FAFSA and state aid applications. Full-time enrollment. Annual credit completion. Continuous attendance. Possible post-graduation residency and employment obligations. The annual credit rule has been one of the biggest points of confusion. A student may attend full-time under federal aid rules and still fail to meet the scholarship's required annual pace. Suppose you complete 12 credits in fall and 12 in spring. That is 24 credits. If your program requires 30 credits during the year, you are 6 credits short. Summer may become necessary. Certain accepted credits may count under current rules, but you cannot assume every transferred, alternative, or prior learning credit will satisfy the scholarship's annual requirement. Ask the financial aid office. Ask the program. Get the answer before building the schedule. This is where state tuition and alternative credit can either work together or crash into each other. Academically, Sophia may remove a degree requirement. Financially, Sophia may not count as institutional enrollment for the state award. You could be making excellent degree progress and still lose the scholarship because you did not meet its enrollment rules. That does not mean alternative credit is a bad idea. It means you must separate two questions. Will this course satisfy my degree? Will this course satisfy my funding program's enrollment or annual PACE requirement? The answers may not be the same. Rhode Island Promise has also used strict PACE requirements. Eligible recent graduates attending the Community College of Rhode Island may need to enroll full-time, maintain academic progress, and complete the required annual credits within the program's timeline. This type of program is powerful for a student who is ready to move directly from high school into community college. It is less flexible for someone who needs to attend slowly. That is not a criticism. It is a fit issue. One student needs a structured 2-year path. Another needs part-time attendance. The best program depends on the student's reality. Tennessee provides one of the clearest examples of separate pathways for separate populations. Tennessee Promise is designed primarily for recent high school graduates. Tennessee Reconnect is designed for eligible adults. They may both support community college or technical education, but the requirements are not identical. Promise students may face senior year deadlines, mentor participation, community service, FAFSA completion, and full-time enrollment. Reconnect students may have more flexibility with part-time attendance but must still satisfy residency, previous degree, FAFSA, enrollment, and academic progress rules. A 35-year-old should not look at Tennessee Promise, see that it is for high school seniors, and decide Tennessee has nothing for adults. Search the adult program. A high school senior should not assume the adult program will protect them if they miss the Promise deadline. Use the correct door. Virginia's G3 program shows how tuition funding can target adults and students entering high-demand career fields. The playbook describes support for eligible Virginia residents pursuing approved programs through community colleges in areas such as healthcare, information technology, public safety, early childhood education, and skilled trades. Depending on the student and current rules, the program may help with tuition, fees, and books, and some students may qualify for additional support. This is where the combination of funding and career planning becomes very strong. A student can choose a short-term credential tied to employment, begin working, and continue toward a larger degree. But they need to inspect the program ladder. Does the certificate lead into an associate degree? Does the associate degree transfer into a bachelor's program? Will the employer pay for the next step? Can the student work in the field while continuing? The first funded credential should be a bridge, not a dead end. Texas operates differently because many of its free tuition opportunities are tied to individual public colleges and universities rather than one universal statewide program covering everyone in the same way. You may find programs called Promise, Assurance, Commitment, Pledge, Tuition Advantage, or another institution-specific name. One university may use family income. Another may require a particular class rank. Another may include transfer students. Another may only serve first-time freshmen. One may cover tuition and certain fees. Another may cover tuition only. That means the search needs to be school by school. Suppose you are comparing 3 Texas universities offering the same major. Do not only compare published tuition. Search each university's financial aid page for its institutional tuition commitment. Then compare eligibility, income, residency, FAFSA, academic record, applicant type, enrollment, transfer status, renewal rules. The university that looks more expensive on paper may become cheaper after the institutional guarantee is applied. The opposite can also happen. A tuition-free university 2 hours away may require housing. A nearby school charging tuition may allow you to live at home. The nearby school could still cost less overall. The numbers decide, not the marketing phrase. The biggest lesson from this second group of state programs is that free tuition works best when it is attached to a full academic plan. Recent high school graduates need to protect deadlines, enrollment pace, mentoring, and service requirements. Adults need to search for reconnect and workforce programs instead of assuming every promise program is for them. Career changers need to choose stackable credentials. Bachelor's students need a transfer map. Everyone needs the FAFSA or required state application when the program calls for it. Everyone needs to maintain satisfactory academic progress. And everyone needs to calculate the costs the tuition program leaves behind. You should also build a program file. Save the eligibility rules. Save your application confirmation. Save the award notice. Save FAFSA information. Save residency documents. Save service hour records. Save mentoring confirmations. Save academic progress notices. Save renewal dates. A program worth thousands of dollars deserves more organization than a coupon code. Check the file every term. Did the rules change? Did your income change? Did your enrollment change? Did the program receive the FAFSA? Are service hours complete? Are you meeting the required credit pace? Is the funding showing on the account? Do not discover the problem after the balance is due. State tuition programs can make a degree dramatically more affordable. But the strongest results usually come from combining them with the earlier strategies. Use the state program for required institutional enrollment. Use Pell and other grants where eligible. Apply for scholarships to cover books, fees, transportation, and living expenses. Use approved alternative credit to reduce requirements your state program does not need you to complete in residence. Follow the transfer agreement. Then keep checking the degree audit. The state funding does not graduate you. The college does not graduate you simply because you stayed enrolled. You graduate when the degree requirements are complete. That is still the destination.